Did you know that NASA is watching you from above? No, I'm just kidding. Well, sort of. NASA is watching you from above, but so is everyone else, because NASA live streams footage from the ISS of Earth's surface for everyone to see. Everyone! And to be clear, you can't really see the people. They're a little too small. But I just find this fascinating, and so recently I decided to take a closer look, and I thought, oh my gosh, NASA also has a website where you can track the ISS's location. What if I try to cross-reference the two and see if the ISS really is where it says it is at all times, thus proving that space is real! And that's exactly what I did, because from 10 p.m. PST on June 30th to 3:30 a.m. PST on July 1st, I recorded nearly 6 hours of footage from the ISS livestream, and then I also took these 4 screenshots so that I could verify what landmarks NASA said the ISS should be passing over with the actual footage I was receiving from the ISS to prove that space is real! So I sat down to see if the tracker's predicted landmarks matched up with the footage, and good news, they freaking did! NASA's amazing! Oh my god! So today, I would love to show you guys that footage and to show you all of the beautiful landmarks that the ISS passed over during my little film experiment. Hooray! Oh, and before we begin, here are the places that we're going to be visiting on the tour in order. Bunbury and Albany, Australia, Tampa and Orlando, Florida, the Aegean Sea, Cyprus, Salt Lake City, Astoria, Morocco, Lake Kariba and Mutarikwi of Zimbabwe, and finally, Lagoa Poilela. Apologies for any mispronunciations. Definitely got some wrong. All right, Bunbury. As you can see here, we are passing over Bunbury, Australia, and we'll soon pass over Albany. This is a coastal city in southwest Australia, south of Perth, and what's incredible, I think, about these shots is that we're seeing more than 100,000 people. 100,000 people just going about their average day, and we're just seeing them from above like it's nobody's business. And I just think that that is incredible. Keep in mind that the International Space Station is about 250 miles above Earth's surface, or 400 kilometers about. So we are seeing a massive stretch of land, but nowhere near like the entire size of the Earth. It's really just like you have this like ballpoint pen like zipping across the Earth and just like taking a little sliver of its surface to show us, and it's just amazing. Another thing to keep in mind about the ISS is that it's going around the Earth every 90 minutes. It is making a full trip. The only reason it's even in different spots every 90 minutes is that the Earth is also rotating, right? So it's going the full circumference of the Earth, but that doesn't mean the Earth isn't moving too. So from here, the ISS is going to travel all the way across the Pacific Ocean in a matter of minutes to reach South and North America, which are covered in darkness. It's going to pass over a pleasant array of clouds before then, and I just wanted to keep some of those in because they are absolutely gorgeous. And I just think that we do not talk enough about how large cloud formations are. Like, oh my god, this is hundreds of miles of cloud formations that the freaking ISS goes over in a matter of minutes. It's just, we don't really comprehend how big storms are because we're always thinking about them in terms of like, oh, how long is the storm going to be overhead? It's going to be a few hours before it's gone. But those storms are freaking moving fast, man. And it's just crazy. Okay, now we're drenched in darkness. When this footage was recorded, it was the middle of the night in North America. And as the ISS flew over Florida, it captured this shit. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Like, this is beautiful. This is Tampa, and you can tell that it's Tampa because there's a lack of lights over Tampa Bay. And as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to make this video because I was just astounded by the fact that I could even tell that we were flying over the correct landmarks. I mean, it's incredible. If you pause at any of these points, you can legitimately look at these beautiful, like, fluorescent maps of the cities, and you can tell what the major roads are because those lines going across and up and down are the major roads. You can cross-verify that with Google Maps, just like I'm showing on the screen. It's amazing. And I just, the idea that I get to see what a city looks like from above, from space, and that you can too, by just going to the ISS's live stream anytime is beautiful. Like, the world that we live in is so cool. And now we're going to get to visit the Aegean Sea, which is just awesome. This is between Greece and Turkey. There's just so many verifiable landmarks here that even though I don't really know the territory super well, I thought it was important to include. There's just so many islands from the Greek and Ottoman empires that are just like locked in, and you know, I mean, these are places with such rich history, hundreds of miles away, but it's like I'm being transported to this by my screen, and even if it's just for a moment, we're all a lot closer to the freaking Greek islands than we might ever get in our lives. So that's pretty freaking cool. And so this next one is on here definitely for the large population. You know, we're just gonna casually visit the entirety of Cyprus, which is a country with more than 1 million citizens. And in this single image, we're seeing 1 million people go about their daily lives unaware. We're looking at 1 million people. I can hardly comprehend that. And I'm just geeking out the whole way. I'm just mesmerized. This is public footage that anyone can access and that I didn't know about and most people don't know about. And I'll take my nerdiness and geekiness down for just a moment. We're going to visit one more nighttime city. This is Salt Lake City, Utah. I kind of wish that I got the chance to show you guys this one during the day, because I think seeing the lake and the city would be a little bit more exciting. But once again, verifiable on Google Maps, amazing. I just was so exciting when I finally figured out what these cities were, because I didn't know what landmarks I was looking at when I started making this. When I started verifying things, I just had to see where it was on the trajectory roughly, and then just like look for what cities could possibly resemble these beautiful skylines. So every time I found a landmark and I correctly identified it, I was just ecstatic. And lastly, I'm just going to show a few short clips from a pass over pretty much the entirety of Africa, from Morocco to Mozambique, northwest to southeast. There's Esauria, Morocco, Lake Kariba, which is located between the borders of Zambia and Zimbabwe, and then Lagoa Poilela, which is close to a town called Inharime, in Mozambique. All of those are going to be in the description, all of the, different sites, their names, and just where to find them exactly in the video. But before I leave you guys, I just wanted to say that if you find this footage as mesmerizing as I do, as fantastical and magical as I do, that I have left pretty much an hour plus of unedited footage that shows all of the storms. I'll make sure to have timestamps to all of the individual sites without any overlays of Google Maps, so that you can fully enjoy the footage there. And just, I really hope you guys enjoyed this slim tour of Earth's surface. If you are interested in verifying the integrity of our International Space Program, feel free to go to spotthestation.nasa.gov, and you can actually find times that you can see the International Space Station in your sky, and it's so freaking bright, man. It's the brightest thing in the sky, depending on where you're viewing it and how close it's flying over your city. It's amazing. Space is real. It exists, and there are so many ways to verify it and appreciate its grandiosity. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me on my little tour. Bye-bye.